Welcome to Bad Cold Outreach, episode 9. I am Luke.
That's Luke.
And that's Devin.
I'm Devin.
Yeah, we're here to critique Bad Cold Outreach. We're here to showcase some good ones every once in a while. And we're here to help you learn how to be the best salesperson possible. And not annoy everybody.
At the very least in the PMs.
In the PMs. I was like, only at night. Only in the afternoon can you be a good salesperson.
No good salesperson works in the AM, man.
Of course, duh. I mean, yeah, that's what
you gotta get your morning coffee.
Every sales job you'll ever work, they tell you, do not do anything before noon.
Yeah, don't even come in until noon.
Yeah, no, every sales job, ever.
Yeah. All of them.
Unless you're selling, I don't even know what.
All of them.
Yeah, true.
And the guys at the car lot who are trying to sell people before noon, they're the ones who are broke.
Yeah, no, they don't make any money. Nobody buys a car before noon. No one. It's a rule of the internet. No one buys anything before
Scientific
noon.
fact.
Scientific fact.
Look, what are we doing today?
This is an episode of Fake Fun Facts with Devin. This is an episode of
Check out my new podcast. Links description.
It's not fake fun facts. It's actual fun facts.
Yeah.
But today, Devin, I want to show you something. This is a really interesting message campaign that I got.
Okay.
And it's very simple, but I think I really want to analyze it to see what we would actually do instead.
Ooh, okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and show you what I'm talking about, because Devin has not seen this before. This is his first view on it.
I never see any of these beforehand.
Because he doesn't do any work on this. I do all the work. Hashtag Luke does all the work.
Hard facts. That's what you get for being the COO, dude.
Yeah, chief marketing officers just sit there and just like, that looks pretty. COOs do all the work.
Let my software do the work for me, and then let Luke do the other work for me. And
not much of a lie, but so Devin, you can see this.
Yeah, it says, "Hi Luke, I would love to connect."
Yes. Okay. So, I ended up accepting this person's connection. I don't know why. Usually these kinds of things I never... Oh, no, I know why. In fact...
Because you do bad cold outreach? And you wanted to have content?
Actually, no. Oh. I actually accepted this. I mean, that's probably like 5% of why I accept connection requests nowadays or look in my spam email because I need content. But this top here, this description of who this person is, co-founder at Slice, I don't know what that is. Also, this isn't capitalized, and that annoys me because everything else is. I
kind of hope that they actually have that branded as a lowercase.
You want to bet?
I don't think they do. I said I hope.
You want to bet?
I'll bet you 10 push-ups.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready? Let's see.
Mm-hmm. Lowercase there, lowercase there.
It's lowercase.
Lowercase there, lowercase there and there.
It's literally
lowercase everywhere. Oh, we can't see. Oh, we can kind of see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Because I go above and beyond. My face is so red. It's not my fault. My gym is shut down.
12 push-ups Luke did.
You like my orange shorts?
Yes.
These are my summer shorts because it is hot. Oh yeah, it's over 80 degrees today. Wonderful. And I am not wearing pants for a shoot that doesn't show them. That was embarrassing. I'm embarrassed how out of breath I am after 10 push-ups.
You did 12 if it helps.
I did 12, and I did one clapping one, which is
really
really cool.
Didn't.
Yeah, I did. You didn't see it?
No.
Yes, no. You're gonna see in the tape. You're gonna see this. We're 6 minutes in, and we have not talked about Bad Cold Outreach yet.
This is like a 10-minute show usually.
Okay. Now that I'm caught up, so I accepted this because her tagline said, "Helping speakers experts grow exposure and win new clients." I'm like, okay, that's very interesting. You're specializing in lead gen for speakers, it looks like. I want to know more about what you do because I want to see if maybe I can steal your ideas and see what you're doing, because it is a huge, big project of mine. I've always wanted to have a speakers bureau. And so they didn't know this, but they just lucked into me actually seeing this and being interested in it. So it's kind of targeted because I have public speaker in my byline. I think it's still there, yeah. And so yeah, so I was like, okay, cool, I'll connect. And then, I mean, with this message, I'm like, okay, cool, that's not a great message. Let me see if she says anything next. Then you want to read this in her voice?
No. I'll read it, but I'm not gonna do her voice.
She's from Germany.
I'm definitely not gonna do her voice. I can't do accents, bro. And female accents, like, that's not happening.
Why not?
Because I don't have the vocal range.
Oh, Devin's too manly to raise his voice a couple pitches.
No, Devin's too tone deaf to know what a pitch is.
Funny enough, I've been playing the piano most of my life, and my older brother, who also plays the piano and taught me a lot, he's like, Luke, are you tone deaf? He genuinely asked me because I couldn't hit a note with my voice that he was playing. So
Thanks for connecting. Hope you're doing good. How are you coping with current situation, by the way? So far, she's done nothing right, Luke.
Exactly my thoughts.
I actually don't like her description of herself because it seems too all over the place.
So that was the other thing too. I look at this, I'm like, this is a mess.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I don't know what Slice is, so this means nothing to me. So why on earth is this first?
Mm-hmm.
This should be last. Helping speakers and experts grow exposure and win new clients. Perfect.
That should be the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because in lead gen, it's like, okay, that's random. Micro content, you're getting more random. Video and audio, I don't think you know what you do.
Do you know why she did this? Because she's hoping to pop up in keyword searches.
That makes sense.
So it's the problem, and that's the problem, is people, and Google fixed this problem years ago, over a decade ago. Google solved the problem of, people are just spamming their website with keywords. I know, we're going to punish that. So now you have to, now your SEO has to be good, it has to be back end. And the front end SEO that you do has to be well written, and we can tell if it's not.
Keyword stuffing is a thing of the past for Google.
It is
it
entirely
still works
past
on podcatchers, by the way.
Yes.
Fun fact.
It does. Because those algorithms are very not sophisticated.
They're not Google.
Yeah, well, they're not, and they're also not Google. But this, the only people you're going to capture are bots searching these things, or people who aren't savvy enough with LinkedIn to actually offer you something good. Helping speakers and experts grow exposure and win new clients, and then maybe say co-founder at Slice, maybe. So I know she actually has a leadership role. That would have enticed me to respond a little bit more. And also, hi Luke, I'd love to connect. Why?
Boo.
Why? Why on earth should I want to? Why on earth do you want to connect with me, and why on earth would I want to connect back with you?
Right. It kind of reminds me when I was first got onto Alignable, I had somebody PM me who said something to the effect of, "How can we help each other out?" And my response was, "I don't think we can."
Yeah.
Why would I think we could based on that?
Yeah. And so why? And that's the thing. So I touched on it in a previous episode, but if you're just spamming out this message, then you obviously do not care about the quality of the person that you're sending this to.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you tell me why you want me, it makes me feel special, and lets me know that you are discerning, that you actually care, that you're actually connecting with me intentionally because you think that I have value to add to you. And then you got to present your own value on what you have for me. If she said, hey, I help speakers, experts grow exposure and win new clients through our proprietary lead gen and organic outreach. Let's just jump on the phone with you and see what you're doing and see maybe if I have some ideas on how you could get more speaking engagements. And so you can even make it more specific and say, get online speaking engagements during COVID where no one is actually holding meetings. That would have enticed me. I'll be like, sure, I'll spend 30 minutes of my time to see if you have something of value to add to me. That would not be a problem at all. So, and that's why, the more we talk about copywriting, the more I just see how your entire business fails without good copywriting.
Copywriting is like one of the most valuable skills any business has.
I would say it's one of the most valuable skills, period. Because every other skill needs copywriting in order to sell it.
You're right. Businesses live or die based on their copy.
Yep.
And then based on the distribution of said copy.
Right, of course. Yeah.
But
and that's where the sales.
Those are the things. Sales and marketing.
Sales and marketing.
Copywriting.
Yeah.
That's it.
Exactly.
Without that, it doesn't matter how good your widget is.
Yep. It's true. And so thanks for connecting. Hope you're doing good. No, you don't, because this is a spam message. This is an automated message. How are you coping with the current situation, by the way? It's like
what
5 months
situation?
in. Yeah, exactly. First of all, yeah, exactly. What current situation? Also, it's like 5 months into this. Like, how are you coping with it? It's been 5 months. I've adjusted by now. I don't like it.
That's the conversation I have. What situation? I know what you're talking about. You know I know what you're talking about, but own it.
Yeah.
Right? What situation? Well, how are you dealing with like COVID and the shutdown and everything's happened? Oh, well, I didn't have to cope with it because I'm doing fine. Why would you assume otherwise?
Yeah. Well, and you know the funny thing? Yeah.
It just feels like it's trying to be nice, but it feels like if you take it seriously, it's an attack.
Also, I think that if she's her thing says she's from Germany, so English might be a second language as well. And that's the case. If you're going to target English speakers, then you need someone to translate. And make sure that everything is appropriately translated. So that is definitely something that I give. I'm like, if English is your first language, I'm not going to hold you to as high of a standard as someone who speaks English natively. Just like I would hope that if I'm trying to speak German, they wouldn't hold me to the standard of a native speaking German. However, if you're going to offer me services, I need to know that they work for this culture and this country. Because things change cross borders. I mean, things change cross counties in California. Because it's so big, there's so many differences in each county.
I was talking about that last night, actually, Luke.
Oh, really?
I was talking about how when people are like, well, why don't you visit them? They're in LA. And you're like, because I'm in San Diego.
Yeah, it's 3 hours.
You're both in Washington. Like, you're both in the same state. Like, yeah, but you can fit Oregon between those two states.
Yeah. I mean, to drive up to the top of California is like, what, maybe 12 hours? Like,
right. And it's
12 hours?
It's
14 hours?
the equivalent of being like, oh, you live in Maine. Why don't you just drive down to Washington, D.C.?
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, it was just funny. I mean, people do that all the time with like LA. I'm like, we're so far. And driving to LA is awful. Like I almost die every single time I drive to LA. I hate driving there.
Don't do it.
Yeah. So, which I know, I know some people who watch this are in LA. So no, I'll love. Or at least
you guys are worth it.
I hate driving. I don't hate the people there. I just hate driving there.
Yeah. I hate driving, period. So I get it.
Yeah. So I mean, something like this is saying, hey, thanks for accepting my connection request. Just wondering, are you doing any online speeches through Zoom? If not, I'd love to talk to you about how we developed a program for getting you online speeches. Then I'm like, you know what? I love speaking so much that I'm willing to give up my time to see maybe if you have something to teach me how to do that.
This is true. Luke likes hearing himself talk, guys.
I love hearing myself talk.
Yeah.
In fact, you know the funny thing? This microphone, it's new, right? And I was using a janky setup.
Ooh, you got a new microphone. Congrats.
Yeah. Thank you, Devin. I mean, yeah. Devin got me a mic. I mean, it's our money. But I had this janky setup to where I was using my webcam mic and like these headphones, and I couldn't hear myself talk. And it throws me off so much when I'm talking into a mic and I can't hear my own voice. It bothers me. Because then I start yelling. Like, I legitimately was playing video games with my brother, and it just started yelling. And I'm like, wait a minute. Because I can't hear my own voice because of the headphones. The game is so loud. And then I realized, I'm like, wait, am I yelling? And I take off my headphone. I'm like, oh, wait, I'm yelling. It's just a really funny habit loop. So, yeah. Saying that, there we go. And then having a scheduling link.
That's nice. Yeah,
right?
yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And then going on, so that was July 29th, July 30th, so the next day. I wanted to invite you to become part of my mission. Also, I hate this phrase. Oh, I just wanted to do this.
Yeah. It's
No,
selfish.
you're doing it.
Right.
I am inviting you to your
Yep.
mission. It's a trap.
So
Like,
to
it
me,
just sounds insecure.
to
and
me, it
unreal.
does two things. It tries to make something passive
Yes.
that shouldn't be. Which you're right. It sounds insecure. It sounds
Yeah.
like you're not sure of yourself.
Yeah.
And it's also a entirely selfish statement.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know each other. I don't care what you want yet.
Yeah, exactly. And also, I mean, is it correct to say you should really keep out passive sentence structure when it comes to writing copy?
I think so. I think
Yeah.
it's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so like follow the I to you ratio, right?
Yes.
You should be using
Right.
the word you, not the word I.
Yep.
So
Right. So this, I mean, so I'd want to invite you to become part of our mission. We help speakers get their message out of digestible videos and offer lead generation strategies to increase audience reach and engagement. What do you think? That was like British Siri. I was trying to go a little bit more German, but
that was not German.
the problem is if I go just a little bit German, I go full German, and that becomes very offensive. It does not. It doesn't sound. It just sounds like I'm making fun of you, and I'm not. I'm just trying to do an appropriate German accent.
That's why I don't do accents, Luke.
Whatever. You're just a coward. I wanted.
You didn't do it either.
I tried.
No, you
I
didn't.
I missed it.
You went British.
What? Whatever. I'll try on the next one.
Okay.
So easy way to fix this. I'm inviting you to become part of our mission. But this isn't a mission. Here's the problem: is that you need to name a mission. Is that we help speakers get their message out of digestible videos and offer lead generation strategies to increase audience reach and engagement. That's not a mission.
No, it's the weirdest. It's the weirdest sales pitch I've ever read.
Right?
I want to invite you to my mission. Do you want to be a client of mine?
Exactly. A mission is joining a movement towards something.
Mm-hmm.
Saying I want to become like, for example, I would just Devin and I, if we sent an email, which we wouldn't because it works with nonprofits primarily.
I'll do it.
Do it.
I'll do it.
You want to say what our mission would be? Wait, what are you
No,
doing?
I'm gonna send that email now.
Oh, send that email then.
Yeah.
Do it. Send it along with this.
Yeah.
That way you can write the email and I don't have to. I wanted to invite you. So if we said, right, say, hey, we're inviting you to our mission to make your business unclosable by any event possible.
Yeah.
A depression, a shutdown, a catastrophic failure. If you have 1,000 true fans, your business is unclosable.
That's the book that we just wrote. It's pandemic proof.
Yeah.
Do you want to make sure you build something that the government can't shut down?
Yeah. That's a mission.
Mm-hmm.
A mission isn't what you do. What you do is your value proposition. And having those, and that's why I'm honestly so. And here's the funny thing, Devin. I'm very anti. I want to say school structure of of learning proper definitions for things, because I'm just gonna do the thing with cooking. I have no idea what the sauces and the meals that I make are technically called. I couldn't care less. They taste good. But in this case, when it comes to something like this is an example of why it's important to understand definitions of things. Because if you're going to say this is your mission, you need to understand the structure of how to phrase a mission. If you're going to say something is your value proposition, you need to understand the structure of a value prop. If you say something is your vision, that's completely different than your mission, right? And you need to understand the structure of a vision. And
right.
so
mission, vision, and values.
All different things.
Yep.
A vision is an end goal which you will never accomplish because it's so big, but you can work towards it. A mission is what you want to do. Is like, this is our idea. This is embodied. This is our culture. This is where we're moving. Like, join this movement. That's what a mission is, right? And a value prop is we do this. This is why this is valuable to you. And that's a value prop. I think this is an example is that if you're going to say something, like if I wanted to say that I want to make a certain sauce, I better understand how to make that certain sauce. And that's, I mean, though with cooking I can get away with more things because I'm not really trying to sell my. I can sell my cooking by just having something that tastes good. So yeah, so I
You
think
should write a recipe book, Luke. Start
Oh,
selling
I'm
a
going.
recipe book.
Oh, I'm going to. It's gonna be the weirdest recipe book you'll ever see in your entire life.
Do it. Let me
Um,
market it for you. It'll be fun.
that's fine. Okay.
Yay.
Yeah, maybe. Unless I find someone better.
You won't.
But yeah, so that's I just if I want to invite you to our mission, and what I said I want to invite you to become part of our mission, for speakers to broadcast their voice no matter where they are, no matter what's going on in the world, to make sure that you are exercising your capabilities as someone who transforms lives through your voice. Let's talk about how we can do that together. Boom! Powerful, emotional, grabs. I want to just go out and fight, Like that's something that speaks to me directly and speaks to public speakers. And the thing is that they obviously don't know public speakers well enough if this is the messaging they're sending out.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've worked, I mean, judging by, I don't know how long they've been in business. But I haven't worked with a lot of public speakers. Like I've done a fair bit of coaching.
Maybe 19 days.
Is that what it is?
Or
Did
maybe
you look?
10 days.
What do you mean?
I'm trying to remember when they sent you their first message.
Oh, it was 10 days ago.
10 days.
So like I have not worked with I have not worked with 30 public speakers. So I wouldn't say that I have the N30 principle.
Ooh.
Right?
Top secret.
Top
One
secret.
of the core 5 guiding principles we have in business.
Yeah.
N30 principle. If you haven't heard it, maybe we'll mention it somewhere.
But because I haven't worked with 30 public speakers, I would not say that I know enough to properly market to them.
Sure.
But just from the people that I know, I already could do this 10 times better than they're doing. And because I know that, I'm like, you obviously just don't know your target market, which means that you do not have a good product for me.
Right. You can't have product market fit if you don't know the market.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so that's a huge reason why Your Copy needs to connect with your audience, is because if it doesn't, then they do not trust you to sell them anything. If I try to sell Devin, I'm trying to think of something you would never ever buy for yourself.
Oh, good luck.
I tried to sell Devin horn-rimmed glasses. That would be a huge mistake. I don't know where I went down this rabbit hole, and Devin, I need you to save me, and you will not.
I don't know what they are.
All right, let's move on. So, next day.
Okay, well, this is the one thing that she's doing right, is her persistence.
Exactly.
So one thing that I'm gonna say good job, because Luke's not responding to these, but you're gonna keep trying until he tells you not to. Good for you.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
You want to try?
I'm not gonna do an accent.
Okay. It would be great. No, that's Russian. Nope. I'm going straight Russian. Where's German? German. It would be great for you to get to know you further and how we would be able to collaborate in the future. It's so
Keep
bad.
it together. Keep going.
The speakers and coaches we work with would really appreciate your help. Would you be free for a short call in the coming days? That's so bad.
That was really bad.
It was so bad. I apologize it sounded like I was just doing the worst accent possible for any language that exists.
Like, what accent is that? Well, that's Italian. It also sounds exactly like my Spanish accent. It also sounds exactly like my Russian accent. I can do a good German. It sounds just like that.
The problem is, so you know how in acting they tell you need to, in order to be a good actor, you need to take an experience that you've had and then relive that experience to really sell the act. Right?
Sure.
That's one hallmark of a great actor. It'll do that. The problem is, I went back to the Russian organization that I worked for, and the Russian guys, and I was picturing their accents, and I couldn't get out of that. I was stuck in that memory and I just couldn't get out of the Russian accent.
Okay.
Even though I know that Russia and Germany are very different places.
That's good that you know that.
I do know that. I am not an ignorant American. I am a well-educated,
Well, you probably are
ignorant
an
American.
ignorant American.
Oh, I'm
but-
so. I'm. The thing is, I know. No, I would say I'm not ignorant. I'm just ignorant about most things that other people know, or things that I should know about.
That's ignorant.
I'm very knowledgeable about things that do not matter and things that know. And
We
that
have
other
a whole
people don't.
podcast about that.
That's true. We do.
Yeah.
But okay, I don't even remember what it said. I'm losing it by now. This is the weirdest episode we have ever
Guys,
recorded.
this has been going for 27 minutes. I think Luke's overthought it. What do you think? Listening from the audience. Listening from the audience. Yeah. Luke, we seem to have a consensus.
So here's the thing. This message is what I call the testimonial message. It's typically the third email that I send out. I send a first email, which is an introduction, a second email saying, did you get this? And then a third email, testimonial, and a fourth email, either the end email or a specialized email about, what it is. And we're actually reframing that, so I no longer run that campaign because we found a better template to use.
Well, in theory, we have to test it to find out.
It's true, in theory. But this is what I would call the testimonial
That
email.
should be a special episode, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll
Us
be
writing
good.
the emails or going over the emails and seeing responses.
Going
and all
over
that
the
stuff.
results.
So subscribe if you want to see that. But it'd be great to know you further and see how maybe collaborate in the future. Okay, no problem with that. You didn't use my name, but whatever. The speakers and coaches we work with have really embraced our help. The speakers and coaches we work with are right now doing live trainings and speaking.
Well, this sentence, the way it is, the speakers and coaches we work with, how many? Who?
Yeah.
Those are my,
Also,
you're talking about nobody.
Yeah.
Have really embraced our help. Well, yeah, if they paid you to tell them to do something, you'd think they might be doing it. What's the results?
Exactly. Exactly. And here's something I learned. Whenever I write an email, this is always forefront on my mind. Well, second forefront maybe. It's one of the things that are forefront on my mind.
Five front.
Yep, because 5 head. One person will get that joke.
You.
True. Use of superlatives only hurt your cause because it makes it seem unrealistic. Use a different word. So if you want to say they really like it, say that they loved it. Right? If they say that I'm really happy, say I'm ecstatic. Or say that I'm very
Okay. But what if I want to say that I'm really, really happy? Then
Well,
that turns into I'm really ecstatic, and then that turns into
I'm overjoyed.
okay. So this process keeps going.
Unless you use it intentionally as a colloquialism. Look at me. Look at that big word. Thank you. I love that word a lot, actually. It reminds me of, it sounds like colonizing, but that's a different point. Unless you use it intentionally, then don't. It has to follow the rest of the email. The rest of the email has to be very casual in order to get away with that. You can't just throw that in there unless it's.
Right.
I mean, you could use that in humor.
I mean, my copy style can get away with it.
Yes, mine cannot.
Yeah, fair.
Which is why when I go through an email, I replace veries and reallys, and I replace the entire phrase, because it doesn't work with my writing style, and it doesn't work with my personality either. Like even when I'm texting friends, if I say like, "Oh, I really loved it," I go, oh, it doesn't sound genuine. And instead, I'll just say maybe I loved it, or maybe say I really, or maybe I can say, oh, I enjoyed this part of it. See, and this,
You're stuck in a loop.
I am stuck in a loop. I'm stuck in a loop.
That's what I was gonna say.
Beat you to it.
Yeah,
This has
you
been
did.
30 minutes long. We're almost done. So anyway, give real tangible. If you're gonna give
This is like
testimonials,
our longest episode to date, though.
it is. Give.
That's because we didn't record anything else today. We normally record a lot of stuff.
That's true. We've been going at
So
this
we have
for, like,
energy.
We've been talking for like 2 hours almost. We have so much content. But would you be free for a show call in the coming days?
Are you?
This week? next week. This week, my default is this week or next week. If I'm sending it at the beginning of the week, I say this week. I do not give an option for next week.
Right. I mean, you're trying to do a similar thing. If you were cold calling and you were talking to somebody who was actually responding, you'd be like, is Wednesday or Thursday better for you?
Right.
Well, actually, Thursday. Okay, morning or evening?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, probably evening. Okay, so are we thinking 5 o'clock or are we thinking 6 o'clock?
Yeah, exactly.
You always give them 2 options and you narrow it down.
Because if you want someone to take action, you have to tell them what to do.
Mm-hmm. Give
In
them
coming
as few
days,
options as possible.
Yeah. And if you say, I'm like 3 weeks from now, is that what you mean? Like, I have no idea how to respond to this. Except, yeah. And then for them to go, okay, when? And that just creates an awkward scheduling conflict, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big thing.
Then if you want to be rude, you go, most professionals have a calendar link.
But you don't use a calendar link, so you
I
don't
don't.
make your own rule.
Well, it's not a rule. That's what I said, if you want to be rude to them.
Yeah. And so finally we get to this week.
But actually, that would be my response if someone ever said that to me, was I'd send them my calendar link. Like, I agree with you. Here's my calendar link.
Yeah. Third or fourth message by this point. Fourth or fifth message.
I think this is the 5th.
Yeah. Do you see any area in your activities you might need support with?
What activities? What kind of support? Who's going to give me the support? What can you do?
Area? Like, there's the problem. I think the problem in this general message is that you're persistent, but I have no clue what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. And again, this might be a language barrier. If that's the case, don't market to people who are not native speakers. Don't focus on native speakers in your language, right? Focus on that first, and then maybe if you don't have the funds for a translator, which translating can be really cheap, especially if it's short things like this. Then focus on I would not do a sales campaign to Germany and have Google translate it. First of all,
no.
First of all, how am I going to talk to them after my initial messages have gone out? It just creates a language barrier, which makes it really difficult. I mean, that's what happened with the Russian company, is that I couldn't talk to the actual person who was in charge because he barely spoke any English. So I'm like, why did you hire me? I'm like, at this point, I'm like, I need to communicate with you. And so it just creates a really frustrating thing for everybody involved. And that's just the unfortunate thing about language barriers that we just have to be real about,
Or we learn languages.
Yeah, or we learn languages. Yeah, or we get someone to learn them for us. Have a translator. Do you see any area activities you might need support with? Again, every word in this is vague. Area is vague. Activities are vague. Support is vague. And you might need is just adding to the vagueness of support.
Right.
So this message means
this is funny. This is actually
nothing.
This is like the antithesis to the strategy that we're going to be trying with our next cold campaign. We're giving them 2 options of saying, do you need help with this or this? If you need help with this, here's the thing. If you need help with this, here's the thing.
Yep.
Now that you can see that I can help no matter what your problem is, let's talk.
Oops.
That's the general structure, right?
Yep.
And it's like the antithesis to that of saying, do you need any help with anything ever? Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. And yeah, no, Devin, if I sat down, if we're meeting for the first time, I'm like, what do you need help with?
I'm good.
Exactly. But if I said, hey, Devin, do you is your lower back hurt? Does your lower back hurt when you sit in your chair too long?
Yeah, I actually have an injured sciatic nerve.
Yeah,
So.
I have a chair cushion that actually helps with that.
Oh, really? I will
Boom.
take that.
Right? It's like the immediate difference, and you learn that when you're learning to coach people as well. When you're learning about mental health counseling and things like that. Saying, "Oh, what do you need help with?" is the worst thing you could possibly ask. I'm like, were you talking about my kitchen? Because I really need better knives. Are you talking about my clothing? I want clothing that fits my style and fits me a little bit more.
Right.
Are you talking about hair products? I would love some hair products. Are you talking about food? I would love some meal plans.
And then the funny thing is, when you think about the network that you've established, especially as a business owner, I know who to go to for so many problems that come up in my life.
Yeah.
That I literally just reach out to them all the time. I'm like, hey, can we talk?
Yeah.
I have a network that I've built of this is the person I'm going to go to for this reason, right? Mm-hmm. And there are things that I don't know a person for So they're not a problem.
Yeah.
Because I don't know who to go to for them. Like,
Yeah.
But so build the relationship, and then when you ask if I want help, well, you wouldn't have had to ask because actually, I know that you're the person to go to, and I need help.
Yeah.
Like,
and then finally, this is the last. I would assume she hasn't messaged me since, so wishing you all the best for the future. Like I think here's
that feels like defeat.
No, it does, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And here's my thing with the last email: you have nothing to lose.
Yep.
Because what's going to happen?
Yep.
Oh, they're going to get upset at you that you're sending them a final email saying, "Look, you need this." Guess what? You just say, "Okay, don't contact them for 3 months," and they'll never remember who you are. Mm-hmm. and you can just message them again in 3 months. I mean, on LinkedIn, it's. I mean, you can see the past messages, but like when it comes to email, they'll have no idea who you are.
Well, it's like you learn that in car sales. That like no one's ever gonna lose their job because they were too aggressive.
Yeah.
If you've already lost the sale, you can't lose it again.
Honey Badger, baby.
Right.
Our second founding pillar. Yeah.
I don't know if it's the second. I don't think we have an order.
Well, the second one we mentioned so far in this episode.
Maybe we should have an order.
Honey Badger number one.
The 5 core guiding principles.
Honey Badger's number 1 because that's mine.
I think they're a circle.
King Arthur's table.
Like pillars maybe around his table, and then holding up the wall or the ceiling.
I call Gilead. No, that's a Bible character. Galad. Sir Galad. Sir.
By the way, if you want to learn the other 3, you should check out Pandemic Proof. It's a booklet that we made that we're not selling.
Yeah, we are actually. I mean, we haven't yet decided how we're gonna digitally distribute it. So thanks, Devin, for advertising something that we are not currently giving away.
Yep.
So yeah.
How exclusive is that though? We don't give it away. We don't sell it. If you want it, here it is.
True. If you
Marketing
want it,
genius.
If you want it, send us an email. We'll send you the prototype, and we'll use you as a beta test. We'll give it to you for free. Tell us what you think.
Oh man, he took it away. I was gonna figure out based on the conversation how much I could sell it for, Luke.
Well, and then we'll turn around and bill you $500 for.
Oh, there we go. There it is.
Yeah.
No, seriously though, I like the idea. If anyone wants,
clientvendingmachine.com.
Yep.
I mean, clientvendingmachine@gmail.com. Yeah. I mean, I guess you could. I hate that so much.
Later, skater.
Oh.
Hasta la pasta.
That's better.
Okay.
Baby.
Hasta la pasta.
Baby.
Hasta la pasta. Ciao, Pascal.
This is the weirdest episode.
I keep trying to say goodbye.
I guess that's the end.
It was.